Hey guys, Brian with Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana with an emergency episode for timing reasons. I've got Coach Jonathan Pixley with us again. This is episode number 17, and we had to get this out because we're doing our NBA playoff predictions. So you are probably going to watch an episode today with our NBA award winners like we did. We filmed this last week, of course, but with our NBA award winners, MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, all NBA teams with a bunch of different caveats. And then I think, Jonathan, this episode should air tomorrow, Tuesday, April 11th, which is the first night of play-in games. There's 2 play-in games Tuesday. Then there are 2 play-in games Wednesday, and I'm going to the Pelicans Oklahoma City Thunder game to watch the Ingram versus SGA showdown. That should be really exciting. That should be a hype atmosphere for the first time in a long time up in that building. It's an 8:30 start, so I'm going to try to take some take some pills or something to keep me awake, or drink some extra energy drinks to stay up. That drive back that night is going to be a bitch, but I'm going to get it done. You got to make sacrifices.
Hey, real quick, I'm going to help The Rock promote his energy drink right now. Zoa. That's what you got to get. It's the best energy drink. It's the only one I'll drink out there.
Zoa?
Z-O-A.
You trust The Rock with your energy drinks? Okay. Do you have
trust The Rock with everything?
Oh, okay. Running the country, maybe?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, as good as well, we'll just stop. I'm not doing it. Okay, so episode number 17, NBA predictions. It's that simple. We're going to switch over to this screen share, and I've got it pulled up. And so it would have been nice to do this after the play-in stuff settles, but I'm going to be out of town in North Carolina, and so we're not going to be able to do it over the weekend. We're just not. So we're going to do it right now, and it'll be fun because we're going to give our best bet on anything can happen. It's like a 3-game tournament basically for East and 3-game tournament for West play-in situation. Just to kind of recap, and we had this wrong earlier in the season because it had been so long since we looked at it, but 7 plays 8. The winner is in as the 7th seed. The loser plays the winner of 9 and 10, and then the winner of that 3rd game is in as the 8th seed and gets the unenviable task of facing the Nuggets or the Bucks. Yeah. So I'm going to throw a bunch of softballs your way. We're going to give our own predictions, and we're going to kind of talk through each one of these playoff matchups. 4 of the playoff matchups are already set. We don't need play-ins to decide those. The 4-5s and the 3-6s, and some of those are freaking awesome. Yes. 2 of them I don't think are going to be close, but 2 of them are going to be must-see TV. I can't wait to watch all of them, and we'll see if we agree on which ones we're the most excited about. Let's just start left to right and start with the 9-10 play-in game, and this is the game I'm going to Wednesday night. It's an 8:30 start. It's the Pelicans at home against the OKC Thunder, who are as healthy as I guess they can be. Obviously, there's no Chet Holmgren, but I think SGA is good to go. Giddey's good to go. Lugens Dort, unless he murders somebody between now and then, is going to be good to go. Jalen Williams, who is making a very strong push for NBA Rookie of the Year. He's not going to get it, and neither is the Texas Ranger, Walker Kessler. But both of those guys push really strong towards that Rookie of the Year. But we both think Banchero is going to get it. Just too good of a body of work. And, he scores the ball too easily. And he's also not an idiot defensively. So he's going to be a problem. He's an all-star. He's an all-star at some point.
For sure.
Better or worse than a rookie Blake Griffin?
Worse. Blake Griffin was dominant as a rookie, dude. Go back.
He's the comp, though, right?
No.
You don't think Blake Griffin's the comp for Paolo Banchero? Who's the comp? I'm just thinking body type. I'm thinking I don't know, but I'm thinking Banchero's 6'10", 250.
Yeah, I got that, but like their games were totally different, so I wouldn't. Yeah, body type, sure.
More handling for Banchero, more skill, obviously less athletic. Not that he's not athletic, but Blake Griffin was otherworldly.
Oh, yeah, there wasn't a real comp for – I mean, Blake Griffin's comp was Sean Kemp, probably. You know what I'm saying?
Amari Stoudemire.
Yeah. I don't know. That's a good question. Who is Banchero's comp? Because he kind of plays at his own pace.
You think Banchero more likely or less likely, when it's all said and done, has a better career than Blake Griffin? It's tough, man.
Probably a longer run of success, because he doesn't play above the rim like that. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. Blake Griffin, 6-time All-Star, 5-time All-NBA, dude. That's no joke, man. That's a great career.
19-8.
That's a great career. A career 19-8-4 on 50% shooting.
Yeah.
Career 21 PER, dude.
It's really good, man.
Is he a Hall of Famer?
Oh.
19-8-4 is better than Reggie Miller.
Oh, it's better than a lot of guys.
It's better than a lot of guys. It's better than Manu Ginobili.
It's kind of like, is Chris Bosh a Hall of Famer? Well, he won 2 titles as the 3rd best player on the team. So
Reggie Miller's 18-3-3, career PER of 18. It's tough, dude. This is tough. It's hard stuff. Reggie Miller was just, look, and then you throw in the fact that Blake Griffin has the wow factor. He's jumping over cars. He's winning dunk contests. He's got.
What are we doing?
I don't know. Let's go. All right. Okay. What just happened? We don't have 10 hours like we used to on AAU trips. We're going to have to stop this. You're right. I'm glad you caught me. The Pelicans or Thunder? Pick one.
Pels.
I pick Pelicans only because it's at home. If it was at OKC, I'd pick OKC.
I agree. 100%.
Okay, fine. So that means OKC's out.
Yep.
Lakers in Minnesota. Pick one.
It's at LA, right? Yeah, I'll go.
It is at LA.
Yeah, the Lakers.
I picked the Lakers. Obviously, we've seen last night Gobert threw a punch at Kyle Anderson, and then McDaniels threw a punch at a wall and lost and broke his hand. I read on the ticker, fractured hand may or may not be. It said may or may not be the result of punching wall. And I'm like, well, did I just read? I'm dead serious. Somebody back me up on this in the comments. I read that shit on the ticker this morning on ESPN, and I was like, well, it wasn't fractured before he punched the wall, but then it was fractured after he punched the wall. I don't need to be
his own hand or something like what.
I don't need to be Sherlock Holmes here to figure out what the cause of the fracture was. I think the Lakers take that one. I think the Lakers bully the shit out of him. Does Gobert play?
Who cares?
No, I'm just asking. They sent his ass home. I mean, his mom's going to care. French people are going to care.
He'll play.
You think he'll play? More importantly, Towns is going to play.
Yep, and that's why they'll lose.
Okay. All right. We'll see. I do think the Lakers win that, and I think the Pelicans win their game, but I do think Ingram and SGA both go over 40 Wednesday night for me.
Now, look, let me qualify my situation with Cat. Okay, so
I'm not talking about that. We're not talking about it. We both
had a monster game. He had a monster game to solidify them for the 8th seed in the playoffs.
I get it.
Huge. That's as clutch as you can get.
Biggest game of his career. How about this? So that leaves a Pelicans Timberwolves game in Minnesota for that 8th spot. You think the T-Wolves drop 2 in a row and they're out? Or you think the Pelicans drop it and the Timberwolves get them?
Yeah, I think the Timberwolves are falling apart, so I'd go Pels there too. Yeah.
Really? So Pelicans are going to win both?
Yeah, that's what I predict. I think Ingram's the best player on the floor in both situations. And I think McCollum is he's a vet, and I mean, Valanciunas is a vet. Herb Jones is a good player. Yeah, I'd go Pels.
You called Herb Jones a vet?
No.
Valanciunas. Okay. You think Ingram's a better player than Anthony Edwards right now?
I think he's playing better. Yeah.
Yeah, he's playing on. He is on fire, man. He's on one right now for sure. Okay, so I don't know how to pick that game between the Pelicans and the Timberwolves. I struggle with that because I do think in a winner-take-all last game of the season on your home court, I think that does matter, and the Timberwolves will be at home. I'll go Lakers and I'll go Pelicans. I'll talk a little bit and think a little bit with my heart here. So
Daniel's not there to guard Ingram. Remember
that's true. He's gone. Like that's their best 3-and-D guy, right? He's gone. All right. Do you want to do the play-in on the other side, or do you want to start with the West and finish it?
Yeah, let's go all the way through the West.
Let's finish the West. So Denver is the 1 seed, obviously best record in the West, 3rd best record, 4th best record in the league. Wow, I didn't realize the Sixers. Now Embiid's definitely going to get it, right?
Yeah,
even though one game shouldn't mean a damn thing, he's definitely going to get it now. Even though we both Agree. We don't think he deserved it. Denver versus the Pelicans / Timberwolves. Doesn't matter.
No, doesn't.
No chance that the Pelicans push. What if Zion is allegedly back and tries to play?
If he's back, it's toss up now. If he's healthy and able to perform and all those things, which I don't see it, but nonetheless.
It would be very surprising that we haven't seen him, but they could start a series a week from now and he would be on 100% healthy with no minutes restriction after having sat for 2 months. Right. With his body type, that seems very unlikely.
I'm going to tell you right now, I still think New Orleans gives them a series, though.
Oh, man, dude, they fit pretty well together. New Orleans fits pretty well together. They really do. What about Phoenix and the Clippers?
Love that series. Phoenix, I think, wins, but I like the series, though.
I don't like it at all. I think it's an absolute ass whipping. I think it's going to be – it might be a sweep.
Here's my only pushback against it. When I say I like the series, I think Phoenix wins in 5, maybe 6. Okay, but I think I want to see Kawhi go at it with Durant. I want to see him. That's really what I'm saying. You're probably right. Overall, it's probably
look. Those guys can cancel each other out. It's just everything after that's the fucking problem. And I'm not gonna, people are gonna be like, well, if the Suns don't have any depth, I'm like, it's the playoffs. Nobody gives a shit. Give me 7 players and let's play.
That's it.
Especially in the first round, depth may come into if you go 3 7-game series in a row and you need depth in the finals. That's one thing because you got injuries and nagging stuff, but.
Hey, by the way,
having days off in between and all that, 7 or 8 players is all I need if I'm the Phoenix Suns. And Durant can play 45 minutes a game, and Booker can play 40 minutes plus a game, and Aiden can play 40 minutes a game. I mean, really, Chris Paul is the one that you just need to make sure you keep in one piece. I think the Phoenix win easily. Of the 4 of the 2, 4, 5 seeds. That's the easiest for me to pick for sure. The Cleveland, New York.
I agree with that. But how about this? Quick question for you.
It's going to be awesome. All right, this is the one.
Durant, hang on one second. Durant, who also falls in the same category for several other questions as the only guy. Have you ever seen a guy come back more effective immediately from injury than Kevin Durant?
It seems like he does it over and over, dude.
It's ridiculous, dude.
It does. It seems like he does it over and over. Yeah. Sacramento and Golden State. This is the first round series that causes me the most anxiety. I don't know. They're so different. Sacramento is young, and Golden State is old. I think old. I know they have some young pieces, but their core is old. But when you look at Draymond and Steph and Clay and Looney and those guys, I know they got Poole and Kuminga and Moody if they decide to play those guys. I still don't know what the deal is. By the way, what is Wiggins has a family situation? Do we know what happened?
No, I don't, but he's back.
He's not injured.
No.
So he's 100%. He just hasn't played basketball in how long? How long has it been?
Been a couple weeks. Actually, longer than that, I think.
Oh, dude, it's been a month and a half, I thought. Maybe I'm wrong.
It was a very significant personal issue, is what it said.
That's bad. I pray for the guy, but that's – for you to disappear for 6 weeks and not be injured and the NBA team be like, it's okay, take your time. This shit must have been bad. He only played 37 games this year, Jonathan.
I know, man. But his role with that team, as long as he's maintained conditioning and all that, which I'm sure he has, he'll be fine. I picked Golden State in 5 in that series, 6 maybe.
I don't think it's going to be that easy.
Because they don't guard. Sacramento don't guard anybody, man. Sacramento guards.
I get that. Who the fuck is Golden State going to guard? The Golden State can't guard shit either, dude.
They can now, though, a little bit better.
They can't. No, they can't. They got one guy that plays deep. I mean, Draymond's a fossil now. I don't know. We'll see. I
think Klay Thompson in the playoffs, and you have Gary Payton Jr. I think those dudes guard now.
Gary Payton Jr. is never going to get on the floor.
Sure, he'll be the 8th guy in the rotation. Watch.
Ahead of DiVincenzo?
In that series, he'll have to.
You think so?
Yeah. He's got to play.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Here's the thing that I just keep coming back to. Sacramento, after this layoff and just given their history, maybe one of the best home court advantages in the NBA. And then Golden State has had one of the worst road records I've seen in a very long time for a playoff team in NBA history. Those two things, something's got to – I mean, that's a task, dude. They're going to have to win at least one in Sacramento.
I think and it's just the nature of the game today. I think Golden State will immediately flip to where they can win a road game if they need to in a series in the playoffs.
Saying that the whole season,
dude. Too much experience. I know, but I know it doesn't make any sense.
And I know Wiggins matters, man.
Anymore, so
Yeah. Okay. So I'm 50-50. I'm torn as hell on this one. I picked Golden State.
Yeah.
I don't feel confident about it, and I had to pick one. And I'm like you. I just feel like one of the 10 greatest players of all time is on that team, and they've been there, and they just did it. And now Wiggins is back, and that's a shot of energy in the arm.
Too much experience, man. Too much experience.
It's just a lot of experience, and it's a been there, done that issue. And I just don't think it's as obvious as people think it is. I think Sacramento's better than the Clippers. That's just me.
I do agree with that. I actually do agree with that. So, without Paul George, for sure. Yeah.
For sure without Paul. And Paul George is not back, right?
Well, I don't think so, but anyway.
Okay. Well, if Paul George is back, I would not say that the Suns Clippers would be a sweep. That would be he would be relevant because he can.
That's kind of what I'm basing it on. That I think he might be back because if he's not back, then 100% right.
I don't think he's back, but I don't know. I guess we got to find out. I guess we'll know. I mean,
if he's not back, it's a sweep.
If he's not back, I think it's a clear-cut Phoenix series. And this is where we're going to disagree for the first time. Memphis and the Lakers. I got the Lakers. I picked the Lakers. I'm just telling you right now. I don't know what the numbers are going to be on FanDuel, but I'm picking the Lakers. Especially if they're getting points, I'm picking the Lakers. And I'm picking the Lakers in game one.
Yeah. And I get it 100%. This would be the most toss-up series to me probably in the entire first round because, well, no, actually Cleveland, New York is going to be, we'll get to that.
Cleveland, New York is.
Yeah. Man, you know what I'm going to do? I got to stick with what I've said for my entire lifetime, which is I'm going to pick here's, the second greatest player of all time. So I'll go with him. I'll pick the Lakers as well. I
mean, you've always had this theory in the playoffs. It's like, give me the team with the best player. They got the best two players. So that's my that's my opinion.
I agree.
So again, the Lakers also play bully ball. And if Jaren Jackson Jr., who's relatively foul prone, in fact, I think he's very foul prone. If he picks up 2 quick fouls, each one of those games is a wrap, dude. The Lakers play bully ball. They play big, man. It's going to be a problem. There's going to be a lot of activity at the rim, and Jaren Jackson is a great rim protector, but he's the only rim protector. Santi Aldama's next in line. There's no Steven Adams. Not that Brandon Clark could defend or anything like at the rim, but no Brandon Clark. I would be very worried if I was Memphis, especially. Well, I don't know. We'll see. I do like that backcourt, but and that backcourt's going to be very tough for the Lakers to guard. It's not a good matchup for them to guard those two guys either, is it?
I'm going to tell you, though, and I'm not a fan of D'Angelo Russell, don't get me wrong, but I think he'll matter in this series because he really thinks he's going to think he's one of the best players on the floor, and that matters.
He's good. I don't know why everybody's so down on him. He never won. That's the problem. He's never won anything. Dude, he's a good player. His numbers are really good.
He is. He's just not super efficient, but I think he matters in the playoffs. He matters. Yeah.
I want to look him. No, we're not. Okay. So I got the Lakers coming out of there. You got the Lakers?
Yep.
Okay, so we both have Lakers versus Warriors in round 2. Can the Lakers beat the Warriors in round 2?
Ooh, man, that would be fun.
Just keep in mind what we have on the table here. If it goes according to what we think and what we've predicted, you've got Nuggets and Suns, and then you've got Lakers and Warriors. That is like a dream Final Four in the West. That is the dream Final Four in the West.
Yeah, so I'm going to pick the Warriors in the series, even though I feel like if the Lakers win the first series, they could be building momentum. Who knows? We'll see. But I'm going to pick the Warriors because I want them to win because I want them to have to play Phoenix and Durant. I want that to happen.
Well, even if the Grizzlies beat the Lakers, we know the nastiness between the Grizzlies and the Warriors that exists. The Grizzlies and the Lakers have beef. The Grizzlies and the Warriors have beef. In fact, I think the Memphis Grizzlies teammates have beef with Dylan Brooks. But I think everybody in the West hates the Grizzlies. That's kind of the impression that I'm getting, just because they have big mouths and they haven't done it yet, and they talk like they have. Yeah. All right, Denver and Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Mm-hmm. Easily?
6.
but easily.
No.
If I had to pick, I'd pick the Suns too. I've got the Suns and Golden State in the finals in the West. Who do you have, the Suns or the Golden State Warriors?
Yep. Pick Phoenix again.
I did too. I have the Suns coming out of the West.
Yep.
I don't think there's anything novel about that. Wiggins being healthy and guarding Durant's a big deal, but that leaves Devin Booker, which means he needs to be guarded by Klay Thompson or Steph Curry. Klay's just not the defender he used to be. DeAndre Ayton is going to be a relevant problem. I mean, he's big. He's big, and he boards, and he finishes, and he rim runs. And Kevon Looney is serviceable at best.
They'll try to punk Ayton with Draymond is what they'll try to do.
I know,
but it won't matter. I hope. Well, I hope it doesn't. The interesting thing is going to be that Booker Klay Thompson deal because of the rift they had during the season. Even though Booker said he respects him a lot and all that. That'll be fun. That'll be fun.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of beef in the West. A lot of stuff is going to shake out, and a lot of legacies hang in the balance here. I mean, you're talking about you're talking about Durant, Curry, and LeBron in their legacy. And honestly, I'm going to go ahead and throw Jokic in there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because this may be the best chance he ever has to win a ring. Not that they're young or they're going to have any problems. I'm just saying shit happens. And we know how quick the NBA changes. And we know that it was just a couple years ago, everybody was like, oh, my God, the Warriors are a dynasty. And then the Warriors didn't even make the playoffs. So shit changes really quickly, man. The Nets were a super team, and they were unbeatable, and there's no balance in the NBA. And now the Nets suck, and they're going to get swept by the Sixers, and they don't have any of those players on their team anymore. So stuff in the NBA changes really quickly. This may be the best chance Jokic ever has to win a title, or at least win the West. So we'll see. But we both have the Suns coming out of the West. All right, let's talk about the East. Toronto, Chicago.
I got the Raptors because it's at home.
Chicago's been hot lately. I feel like Levine has really been on a burner lately. Yeah. I like Toronto at home. I like Toronto's switchability. It's the DeRozan revenge game, because he was a Raptor, obviously, and then a Spur, and then a Chicago Bull.
I'm not going to be shocked if Chicago wins. Don't get me wrong.
That's a freaking toss-up, dude.
Yeah. I'm just picking them because they're at home. That's it. That's the only reason. So.
Yeah, I'll take Toronto. I'll take Toronto in that game. Miami and Atlanta, winner gets in as the 7th seed and faces the Celtics. Miami or Atlanta at Miami.
Miami punches them in the mouth. Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, I do.
You're not a big Atlanta guy. You're not a big Trae Young guy.
I'm not a big Trae Young guy. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah. But they don't exactly have a nice matchup to check him. And he's been on.
Man, how many times has Jimmy Butler got to do it in the playoffs before we believe?
Oh, he's going to guard Trae Young?
No, I'm talking about just winning.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I'm just saying Trae Young can get 48 on any given night if he really feels like it. Man, I don't want to do this. I don't know. This is tough. I'll take Miami. I'll take Miami just because it's home court. That's the only reason. If that was flipped, I would take Atlanta.
And they're better.
I just don't think they're better.
I do.
I don't think they've been better lately. I really don't.
Oh, yeah. I'm not even worried about that. I'm just talking about they have a better team.
I want to look at the standings. How do we look at standings and see how they finish the season? Not that it matters because nobody's playing. Can I just look at the freaking stand? Okay, there we go. We got Miami finished 6 out of their last 10. The Hawks 5 out of their last 10. So it's a wash there. Yeah, that's a wash. That's not really that helpful. Okay. I'll go Miami simply because of home court advantage, and I'll go Toronto simply because of home court advantage. I really think those games are both 50-50 for a bunch of different reasons. So that leaves us an Atlanta versus Toronto winner take all to get the AC to get swept by the Bucks.
No, you're talking about Atlanta. Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. But that's going to be in Atlanta, right?
That's going to be in Atlanta.
Yeah, I'll take the Hawks in that.
I got the Hawks in that too, Jonathan.
Yeah, I'll take the Hawks.
Milwaukee versus the Hawks.
Move on.
Boston versus Miami. Is there a potential for friction here? Can Miami replicate what they did that year that nobody expected them to give the Bucks problems and they bounce my guys?
I don't know, man. I don't think they have. I mean, I don't have a point guard. That's the issue. Hero's better, but No, I mean, this is not a series. Boston wins a series, dude. I mean, that's
Okay.
it. There was better.
We got the two heavy favorites going
Yeah.
through relatively easy. Miami, Milwaukee, and Boston are through.
Yeah.
That leaves Philadelphia and Brooklyn, that 3-6 game.
Yeah, so Philly it's almost, isn't it funny? It's almost identical to pre-Kyrie Durant, the new Nets, right? It's almost identical, and they played Philly, and it was it was pretty competitive, and I think Philadelphia won in 5 or 6 or whatever. I don't think that'll be competitive. I think Philadelphia
is a different.
They'll take a night off because Harden does that, so I think they'll win in 5.
I think it's a different Philadelphia team. I think Philly wins it pretty easily.
Yeah.
Cleveland, New York.
I just think Cleveland has more better players, so I'm going to go Cleveland.
Cleveland is scary,
and Randall is not like in the playoffs. He tends to get out of his mind and try to do too much.
He does seem like he has a frantic nature to his game in big games, doesn't it? And that's fine because sometimes that's the energy and activity, but
yeah.
I just think he's going to struggle with that length at the rim, man. That's assuming Jared Allen is healthy. He's been sitting his ass off a whole lot lately, but assuming Jared Allen's healthy, that's 14 feet of trouble waiting for him at the rim. And that's 14 feet of trouble for little munchkin, chubby Jalen Brunson as well.
4 of the 6 best players are on Cleveland's team.
What?
4 of the 6 best players are on Cleveland's team.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got Cleveland in that. The one thing I saw about Cleveland that makes them scary, even for the Bucks, the Sixers, and the Celtics, is that it looks like my Bucks are on a collision course with them in round 2. They are top 2 in offensive rating and top 2 in defensive rating, and number 1 in the NBA in win differential. Those are important stats. Yeah. Those are not analytics. Those are like really important stats.
Right.
And that's an 82-game sample size. And part of that is they've been pretty damn healthy this season, whereas the Bucks have played most of the season without somebody.
The thing for me about Cleveland is they can win without Donovan Mitchell having a huge game.
No, of course they can.
They
can. All right, Giannis and the Bucks versus Cleveland in round 2.
Milwaukee.
You think it's easy? I'm scared.
Not easy. No, not easy. But I think it's a 5 or 6 game series. I think the games are competitive. But I think, and look, a lot of it will depend, what does Middleton look like as to how easy it is.
Dude, I don't know if he's playing. I'm telling you, dude, he got an MRI on that knee, and they're like, oh, he's going to try to play in the playoffs. Try to play in the playoffs. Dude, we saw this last year.
If he doesn't play, now you got issues.
Now you're a dogfight. If Middleton does not play, I think the series is a 50-50. If Middleton plays,
it's 55, it's 60-40 probably, which I would have never thought. But yeah, you're probably right at that point.
Philly and Boston. Dogfight. I need this to go 7. I need people to die. I need players to die in this game from collisions and battle. I need attrition, Jonathan.
Yeah. Boston, and it's because James Harden will go playoff James Harden.
I'm taking Philly. Philly, and I think Joel Embiid has one of the most epic series of all time.
I don't think he's allowed to.
Well, they've taken out Giannis before. Not taken him out, but they've hacked the shit out of him and got away with it because the refs get desensitized to it. That's what the Celtics do. They're dirty-ass cheating bastards, and they will set up a wall and foul the shit out of people. And
he's going to have to make a ton of mid-range jumpers before the double comes to get it out of his hand.
You can't double him at the free throw line, dude.
No. I'm talking about like when he steps off the post on the wing, like he does. No, you're right at the free throw line. I get it. He's got to make all of
every highlight I've ever seen. He's got the ball at the elbow. Good luck doubling him there.
He's going to have to get all of those. And I'm going to tell you who the X factor in the whole series will be is Maxey. He's
no question. Jonathan, I agree because our friend James, what were some of his nicknames? The beard. What was the beard's nickname? Jimbo Slice. Jimbo Slice has a history of disappearing, and I don't know if Embiid and Maxey alone are enough. I need a real James Harden, or I need Tobias Harris to somehow found the fountain of youth. They're not the deepest team around either. So I just think Embiid is on another level, bro. I'm Jonathan. I'm not kidding.
2 killers over there. 2 killers were in the green. 2 on that side.
Yeah. Embiid is going to have a series for the ages. That's just my opinion. I think Embiid's going to go 40 plus, 15 plus on average, and it's going to be Joel Embiid's series. It's going to be his signature series for his career.
I'm telling you, he may do that, and I still think they lose.
Yeah. Well, the one thing we know about Embiid is it won't be from a lack of trying. It's not like he's going to go 4 for 11. He's going to go – he might go 10 for 29, but he ain't going 4 for 11, okay?
Yes.
Harden, he might.
Yes.
He might go 3 for 6 with, 19 assists, which is Ben Simmons like. Okay, Milwaukee versus – you've got Boston. I've got Philly. I've got the balls to say that this is not going to go according to the script. And I think Milwaukee and Philly, but you think Milwaukee and Boston. Either way, who's the best team in the East?
So I've had the Bucks from the get, but again, that was assuming Middleton. I'm just going to stay with him. But if he's not healthy, man, then all bets are off. He's got to play. He's the deciding factor. Otherwise, you go back to the same situation you were in last year.
It wasn't enough last year.
Right.
But honestly, the Bucks are better than they were last year, even if you take Middleton out. They are.
Boston's better too.
Are they?
Yeah, with Brogdon and Derek White now there for a year. And, yeah, they're better, I think.
Is Rob Williams healthy?
I don't know. That's a great question. I'm assuming he is.
He matters.
Yes.
We'll see.
Yeah.
You're going to stick with Milwaukee, and I'll stick with Milwaukee because I'd never forgive myself if I picked against them and then they won. Right. So Milwaukee and Suns in the finals, a rematch from 2 years ago. But totally different, right? Completely different Suns team. Oh, yeah, by the way, we added Kevin effing Durant.
Yeah. And so at the beginning of the year, I said it was Giannis's revenge tour and he was going to win the whole thing again. But, of course, that was when Kevin Durant was with the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah.
So I will pick the Suns in this one. Again, not knowing about Middleton. You give me 100% healthy Chris Middleton.
Let's say 100% healthy Chris Middleton.
Okay, then I pick the Bucks.
Yeah. Man, would that be a series, dude? That would be a series. You talk about legacies. Jonathan, there's so many legacies at stake here. Jokic and Embiid have the same concern. We've got to win the first one before we can win 3, right? Yeah. You've got to win 1. Don't be the guy that doesn't win any. Otherwise, you'll be Ewing, and then people will be talking about David Robinson and Olajuwon for the rest of their lives. Yeah. That's where Jokic and Embiid are. They're young Ewing, right? Yeah. And then Giannis and Steph are battling for top 10 player of all time type legacies. You let Steph get another one and then see how that conversation about Steph and LeBron.
That's a wrap then. But if Giannis gets another one right now, then you start talking about, does he end up being one of the 5 greatest players of all time?
Well, hold on. Let's relax.
No,
he needs to be top 10 first.
No, I understand that. I'm saying if he gets another one right now, do you start thinking, does he have a chance to be top 5 at the end of his career? That's all.
Is there any way in hell anybody could be a top 5 player of all time with less than 4 titles?
No.
No chance. I agree. 0 chance.
No.
You got to win 4.
Yes.
2 is not 4. 2 is halfway to 4.
Correct.
Okay.
Durant, however, messes around and wins this one. If he wins this one, then he starts to creep into that 12-ish range.
Yeah. Durant can win 5 and he won't be top 5.
Well, because of what happened in Golden State.
He's screwed himself with
I agree.
He just can't do it. He can't do it. Even though his finals MVP and those rings are rings, those are not the same as Dirk Nowitzki's ring. It's not the same as Rick Barry's ring. It's not the same, dude.
Bro, if he wins 3 as the best player, not the best player, where it's his team I'm talking about, okay, then you can go and say, oh, well, LeBron won 2 with Miami, right?
You mean if he wins 3 with the Suns?
Correct. I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm just saying.
There's a lot of parity, John. There's a lot of parity right now. I can't. It's hard for me to envision any of these icons that we've been talking about winning 3. It's just there's so many people fighting for those rings. There's so many.
Tell me this stuff. If Durant wins it this year, can he sneak into the 10?
Now?
Yeah.
Like the day after he wins this title and has 3? No.
Still not enough, right? I agree.
He's got to pass Kobe. He's got to pass Curry. He's got to pass Bird. No. Imagine.
Bird has 3.
Huh?
Bird has 3 titles.
And 3 consecutive MVPs and one of the greatest teams ever assembled.
Agreed.
Of course, KD was on one of the greatest teams ever assembled too, I think.
Yeah. I agree. But Bird didn't join that team.
Bird was that team. Bird was the heart and soul of that team.
Right.
Bird was the reason that team was what they were. No, I don't think Kevin Durant winning this title with Phoenix, having played 12 games with them or 8 games or whatever the F it is, makes him a top 10 player of all time. No.
I agree.
Where's Kevin Durant right now?
He's probably 13 or 14, right? 15 maybe.
I'd say 15 to 20. He's ahead of Barkley.
Oh, yeah.
Ahead of Karl Malone?
Yes, for sure. They never won titles.
Well, they never had Steph Curry on their team.
He was the finals MVP twice.
I get it, but he had Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and Draymond Green. He was on a team with 4 Hall of Famers. I mean, shit, dude. Take off Antoine Carr and Jeff Hornacek and replace them with Mitch Richmond and freaking Kevin Love. I mean, dude, come on.
Well, how about this? Who's a better player? Kevin Durant or Karl?
It's not about who's a better player. It's not about that. It's not about that. You know it's not about that, Jonathan. You're comparing eras.
No, I get that. But I'm saying, like, when you look at resume on top of that, too, that has to be a factor into it. His resume is definitely better than Barkley's, dude. Definitely.
I don't know. I need to look more at it. I'm not saying it won't be at the end of all of this, and he's got a lot of meat left on the bone, but
is he better? Somehow Dr. J gets mixed in this like 15 to 20 range. Is he a better player than Dr. J? Yeah. Is his resume better than Dr. J? Yeah.
Yeah. Jay's deal is screwed up though because of his ABA years. He gave so much of his prime to that. It's like it screws him up. He gets screwed by that duality of the leagues. I don't know. It is just it's fascinating that these playoffs have the potential to swing legacies so violently in one direction or another.
Really do.
There is no chance that the Lakers do this.
There's no chance. No, they're not beating Phoenix, dude. They ain't beating Phoenix.
They can't win 4 series.
No.
Let's just say this. For Giannis, for LeBron to do that, he would have to beat Curry, Kevin Durant, and then Giannis, Embiid, or Tatum. At age 39.
You're leaving out a huge one. He would have beaten Cat in the playing game.
We should start with Cat. We got to start with the modern day artist Gilmore / Matt Bullard.
It would be a hell of a run if he did make it through. I just don't see it.
See, part of the reason I like my Milwaukee, I mean, again, I don't get me wrong. I think Cleveland's a nice little team and all that, and they're very talented. And I definitely don't want to see these dudes next year or for the next 3 years as a core. But there is no way that when Milwaukee eventually wins and emerges from that series, those guys' bodies are not going to feel the same as the Sixers and the Celtics players' bodies after that series. Agreed. I think that is going to be a bloodbath. I really do. And so I think, in a war of attrition, Milwaukee is primed and poised to be in a better position. And they'll have home court against those beaten down Sixers / Celtics / Heat.
Look, let's keep it. I mean, just be real about it. Milwaukee's played the majority of the season without Middleton being Middleton. So they're in that rhythm,
And still have the best record in the NBA.
Right.
Yeah, fair. Right. All right, what else? Anything else we need to talk about?
That's it. But Embiid will be the MVP. We agree with that. Who will be the finals MVP?
We agree that he's going to get it. We don't agree he should get it.
Correct. Who will be Well, I guess whoever the finals MVP is who wins it. So it's either Durant or Giannis as the finals MVP.
Based on our predictions, sure.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. It's going to be a freaking roller coaster ride, guys. That's for sure.
I'm so excited, dude. I can't wait. I can't wait to be part of this playing game Wednesday night. I'm gonna go down there and I'm not gonna paint my face, but Cam's going. I'll paint his face. I mean, he can make a fool of himself. I'm not gonna make a fool of myself. I mean, I'll have 2 giant foam fingers, but I mean, other than that, you know.
Will one of them look like this?
No, God, no. But now we know what time it is. It's time to sign off, man. Let's get out of here. All right, that was episode number 17. Those are our predictions. Suns versus Bucks. Nothing sexy about that. Nothing. None of us went out on a limb except me. I had the balls to choose the Lakers over the Grizzlies. So
I did too.
No, there was something else then. There was something else.
It was Philly.
Philly. So I'm either going to be the world's biggest genius or the world's biggest idiot. So that's nothing new there. So we'll see how that turns out. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Keep collecting. Enjoy the rest of your week. Keep collecting. Stay positive in the hobby, and peace.